How about we do why I don't like the NFL? Hey guys, we're on the map today. This is Bo Williams
and Chad Bullock.
What if I was the one to tell you that the fight's already been won? Well, I think your day's about to get better.
Why do you not like the NFL?
Jeremy.
For years we have kind of joked around, like me and some of my family members joked around about the NFL's rigged, hee hee ha ha.
Yeah.
Okay. One year, the Dolphins were playing. I think it was the Jets on a Monday Night Football game. My cousin, he's 4 years older than I am, or 5 years older than I am. He's told me this story a couple of times.
Okay.
He says, I firmly believe the NFL's rigged, and here's why. He said that a friend of his called a guy, one of those guys.
Yeah.
And they said, we loaded up on Miami. We bet everything we had on Miami. And it was one of those, they came back, they punched in late, took the lead. All they got to do is make the extra point. And this was when the ball was snapped from the 2 or the 3.
Okay.
I mean, this is where in the old days the guys would go 35 for 35 for the season.
Yeah.
End of discussion.
Right.
And they miss an extra point.
Well, unless you're with Miami, then you go 65 for 65 because you're scoring touchdown.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right. Okay.
So he misses the extra point, and he said it was that moment I knew the NFL was rigged. But I've had a multitude of problems since Roger Goodell has been commissioner. I think that's the biggest issue.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He runs the organization like he is the head of a mafia organization. He's the Don.
Yeah.
And it's just a bunch of thugs and gangsters running an organization full of all kinds of people that have so many disciplinary issues, and they're just letting them run wild.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a few examples. You go back to the Ray Lewis. I mean, not Ray Lewis, but the.
You can do that.
Oh no! That's not the one I was getting at.
Okay.
The Ray Rice, right? Same team.
Ray Rice. Okay.
Ray Rice.
Okay.
Okay. Well, they tried to sweep that under the rug. The video comes out. Major CYA starts happening.
Oh, yeah.
They start backpedaling, and they suspend Ray Rice for the rest of his life because they got caught covering the thing up.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I have a major problem with that, and just like the bounty gate with the Saints.
Yeah.
That wasn't no more bounty gate than the man on the moon. And I'll tell you this. The speech that I heard that Greg Williams give his defense the night before was no different than the speeches that my defensive coordinator gave me in high school. It was almost the same thing. The only difference is well, there's a lot of differences, but when I was playing high school football, we used to have those decals that we put on, those pride stickers we put on our helmets, those hatchets.
Yep.
I know you guys remember that, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, we would get them for various things. Big hits, a.k.a. knocking the crap out of somebody, was one of them. So this is what I found out during Deflategate. I started doing some investigating. Every team in the league gets 12 footballs the week of the game. They get to rub those footballs up, throw them, scuff them up. I even heard that Eli Manning had a ritual where they would put balls in water and put them under a heat lamp.
Oh, wow.
Now, all it says in the rule book is that the football has to have between 9 and 12 psi pressure.
Yeah.
That's it. And the ball, according to what we later found out, was between 9 and 12 psi. End of discussion.
Yeah.
End of discussion.
Yeah.
Okay, another problem I have with the NFL. Tim Tebow takes a knee and prays before the game, and it's a problem. It's offensive.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, and I totally agreed with this, and a lot of the Cowboys players wanted to put a sticker on their helmet commemorating the 5 Dallas police officers who were murdered by the assassin that came out intentionally trying to kill cops at the Black Lives Matter rally.
Right.
They wanted to simply put a sticker on their helmet to commemorate those players. We can't. That might offend some players. Yet Colin Kaepernick can come out in support of systemic racism, which does not exist.
Yeah.
Wants to come out, and that's perfectly okay. Now, here's the issue. Every team within the league is their own business. They have the right to hire and fire whoever they want.
Right.
Did you know that he was offered a contract by the Denver Broncos and turned it down?
Yeah.
Then has the audacity to sue the league for not being in. Then he comes back when they're playing Miami, and he goes in Miami, big Cuban population, and he wears a Fidel Castro shirt.
Saw that.
Thousands of people have risked their
I've seen
lives
some.
to come from Cuba to get away from the Castros,
Yeah.
and here he is openly promoting the Castros.
Right.
Then he goes to an anti-oppression rally and wears a Che Guevara shirt.
Yeah, I
Che
remember that.
Guevara was so bad that the Castros had to ask him to leave.
That's pretty bad.
So
You're like, we're not complete savages here.
yeah.
I mean,
So
we got standards.
I guess my point is this: is it's okay for this, but it's not okay for this. It's okay for you. It's not. Again, the PC, what you were talking about, millennial garbage is being dumped into the league. Until that stops, I'm not watching it anymore because I don't want politics infused. I watch football, so I don't have to watch politics.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because during my week, when I do my normal thing during the week, politics is a part of what I do. I listen, I keep up with everything. But on the weekends, I don't want to hear about it.
Right.
I want to get away from it.
Right,
I
right.
want an escape.
Yeah.
And I don't want it jammed down my throat. And those teams are private businesses. They have the right to hire and fire whoever they want.
Sure.
And it says in the handbook that players for the national anthem are to be on the sideline with their left hand in their helmet. Or their helmet in their left hand,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah.
It says it very clearly. So yet again, not enforcing the rules or regulations that are on the book.
Right.
And so I don't understand why it is that he gets that platform and then others don't. So
Right.
you know, until Goodell's gone, and by the way, that $40 million contract that he signed, that is just an atrocity. That guy has done nothing but hurt the game.
I agree.
Now, I will tell you this though, the owners love him, by God, because he is making them money hand over fist.
Yeah.
I mean, the NFL is, as a corporation, is worth over $10 billion. So as long as they continue to make all this money, they don't care.
Right.
And the player conduct, good grief almighty. I mean, how many times can Vontaze Burfict clothesline somebody, punch somebody?
Yeah.
But how many times can Adam Pac-Man Jones get arrested? How many Cowboys, and this isn't directed at you, how many Cowboys can fail drug tests before the Cowboys finally kicked them out of the league?
Yeah.
It just so happened they played for the Cowboys.
It was he will, like he says it all the time that the Cowboys are like drug dealers, or they're all felons. If something happens, or if something happens in the league, he goes, well, all right, the Cowboys picked that guy up. He's got
Who was the
So
guy?
Jerry Jones's radar.
Who was the defensive lineman they drafted? I think it was out in Nebraska. He just got suspended for, I believe, the 4th time for failing a drug test.
Oh God.
And it's like
Yeah. Yeah. I know you're talking about.
they have wasted. First off, they wasted a draft pick on the guy
yeah.
because
It was
there were
50
red flags all
Yeah,
over him
yeah.
before he came out.
he only played like 3 games.
Yeah, and then my
First rounder.
oh, he's a first rounder. And then my point is this: so they have wasted all this time and energy, and what did they get out of it? When are these teams going to learn? When are they going to learn? And I'm going to steal a line from Winston Churchill here. One of my dear heroes of history is you can't argue and you can't negotiate with a lion when your head is in his mouth.
Yeah.
You can't. And that's what those guys are. They're lions.
Right.
You can't negotiate with them. You have to
Right.
you have to get rid of them.
Yeah.
You just can't, because you end up wasting more time and energy than they're worth.
He's over here dropping knowledge.
Yeah.
You just got
Hey,
here.
wait a minute. We were just in school, weren't we? Yeah.
Oh, I knew it was gonna happen with him
We've
anyway.
been in school for 2 hours.
I know.
I've enjoyed every minute of it.